Good evening, guys. It's 5:02 p.m. Today is Thursday, January 26th, and we had a great day actually. So yeah, it was tough in the morning, but it's all about context. Context and your bias. That is very important. So today, folks in Discord, they witness it, right? The bias that when I say something, right, that like with some confidence, good confidence, I stick with it, and I ignore pretty much, whatever going against me, I ignore, and I choose not to participate, right? Which is about morning down move. So look at it. Today, if you can see here, right? I didn't have a time today to write a notes. I was running late, so I said, so I just only put 2 lines here, that stick with longs only today. See, blunt statement, stick with only longs today, above preferred buyers area, and target is this, right? That doesn't mean when I say target means this, that doesn't mean that you have to just you hold your longs and just regardless of day's price action, you just wait for this, and it's not gonna just hit in a one straight line, right? You have to go through all the chops and whatever, right? But this is your end goal. So as long as price is going towards it, you can enter a long, and hold on to it, and manage it accordingly. But that's the final goal. And then NQ, these are the levels, okay? And then NQ, I gave another level 100, and for ES I said 74, because then after morning 2-3 hours, I reduced it down because price was going down in the morning, right? So I reduced the target down and I said, 74 and 100 is the final target, at least you should aim for it. And that is what I said when price was making new low for the day, so I'll show you. So here is what it is. See, this is the long. Look at the timestamp, right? 11:25. This is another long. I added it. Okay, my exit was 983. This is the when NQ made a new low for the day, right? ES at the same time. This is the entries I shared in Discord, and this is what I was initially looking and higher. Okay, and then here I talked about 41 in ES, that we already talked that hey, if it goes above 41 I will go long. So that's where my entry in 41 in ES. And then here I'm talking about rest, I will hold it till 12,100 or 150 in NQ with break even stop, and ES 4074. Okay, so hold on. Now right? So 11:25 is where my entries. Okay, so now dream numbers 931, 943, very powerful number. Okay, that numbers help me. So the bias was long today, no matter what. So as long as price is holding above preferred buyers area, or even here, or even here. So when price opened here, right, I said aggressive long for it has to hold the above super aggressive buyers. Strong buyers will hold above super aggressive buyers. So this was a super aggressive buyers area, which is this, 49, right? And for NQ it was this area, 971. Okay, so that was we discussed in Discord. And then I said, even though if it falls, any area, any level up to this, or probably this even, up to backup buyers, I'm going to look for longs only. So at every level, you evaluate whether it makes sense to go long. If price is, let's say, gushing down, right? You don't know whether it's gonna stop there or here or here, right? So you have to look for some signs, that now it is pausing or it is doing balance or something, that's where you go long, and then so even before open, before in the pre-market, what I saw was 8:30 news. Price came down and held the preferred buyers area, right? And then it went up. So this was a good entry, during the news time. But not here. Here it was a good entry, So actually I took that entry, at 9:53 I took the long, but I had to go drop my kid to school, so I bail out right here, But in Discord I said, it may go higher. But anyway, so that was the one entry, right? But the important thing is not the trade here. The important thing is price came down, it touched this dotted line. See, this dotted line was a dream number. 931 and 946. You can see it. Price came down straight, touched to the D, touched this line and bounce, and then it went above this 953 and this ring number, right? And it closed here, this candle. See, that's why I took the long here, and then look at it. It rode up all the way up, right? And that was my level 2, 12,070, right? So it touched there and it opened right around this area, or it opened at here, right? So 12,010 was previous day's high. It opened above it, so it doesn't make sense to go long here right of the open. You have to wait, but in the opening I said, when NQ started going higher, I said most likely it will go here, right? So it is up to individual user whether you want to go with the flow targeting this, because price may not go there, it may just come here, close to it, and then reverse, and then later on go up, right? So it always comes with the risk when you chase the entry like this, so you have to wait for a pullback, right? So when you get a rejection here, right, I was still looking for longs now here in this area, so, and ES I was looking for long when it went here and came back down, right? I was looking for long into this area, because now bias pushed it higher, right? So we were watching it in Discord, but then price didn't even pause here, it just sliced through it, right? Here also same thing, right? So no longs here, right? Then this was a good location, 971, super aggressive buyers that we will discuss in the pre-market, right? NQ and ES was 40, at that time ES was at, I think, what time, 956, right here, around 41 or so, right? So these are the longs, you can take it, but you have to realize that price had a breakdown here. See, morning it balanced it here, and then there is a breakdown, and then there was a minor pullback at 57, which I was hoping that price will give a failed breakdown here and go higher. That's where I will take long, but it didn't do it, it just got rejection here and came down, right? So now I know I'm going against this morning breakdown, but still bias were long, so I took the long at 41, right? And then it went into my favor by almost 9 points, but that was not my goal. My goal was reversal all the way back to the top, so I got stopped out, break even pretty much, 1 point loss. Here NQ, it also went into my favor by almost 30 points, but that was not my goal. Goal was reversal, right? So got stopped out also. Then, so this were my long here, first long, okay? Then I was watching it. Then it touched this area, right? Remember I said we have to look for what? Failed breakdown or pause, right? So it touched here and it was pausing, right? So I went long again at 41, on the way up. This one, I was holding it, but now I have to be careful. Why? Because now price had a balance, breakdown, right? Another balance, and now it broke out of that balance. So most likely it should go higher. It should not pause at this 57 area. If it does, something is off, Thus pause and go down and balance breakdown, then it's something is off. We have to bail out, right? So that's where I took partial profit, NQ, I was walking the folks in Discord that 59, 53, NQ 32 to 36, and also we see there is a circle here. We also talked about the reversal scenarios. I said if your bias is bullish like me, you will hope that price will go through it, or you will look for, not hope, but you will look for signs for price to go through it, not to get rejection. Otherwise you have to bail out your longs, at least some positions off. And if your bias is bearish for today, right? Let's say there are a couple of day traders, they are bearish, right? So if your bias is bearish today, then this would be a good location to short. And if that is the case, you will see price falling, right? So I was giving them two instructions, if your bias is bearish, you do this. If your bias is long like me, you hold on to your trade, But I was aware that selling may come from here, So then price came down, I was looking at 12,010, you know, that it should hold this area. That's my line in sell, and then go higher, take out. You know, yes, it should hold these things, 51 or 50 area, then go higher. You know, so price did came down here. If you zoom in your chart, you will see it. It came down to 12,010, then bounce off it. Here also it came down, bounce off it, right? So now I was confident that it will go higher, okay? Because price gave me a clue here. Then price coming down here, right? That's where I build out this contract. I build out this also here, right? So I had a good size profit here and here, and those who also took longs with me, right? Then price broke down here, right? So that's where the sign the day is about to get screwed, you know. But I said, you know what? Do not take shorts. Stick with long ideas. Look for longs at any failed breakdown, at any support. Look for condition like that, you know. So when it balanced here also, right? But it didn't take out this high. See, here also it went down. See, like this it went down, right? Like this, straight up, right? See, here it took out this high, right? Here also it took out this square. You can see it around 11, 15, 17, you know. So it was maintaining the position, like the sequence, you know, balance here, balance, breakdown, balance, breakdown, right? So I was looking for that thing here, and I was also looking at the levels, right? How it is dealing with the levels. 41 was the level which I liked it. The moment it went below it, right, I said, you know what, if it goes above again 41, because when price came down here, right, it was also filling the gap, right? So I said watch 39 in ES and 917 in, or 976 in NQ. And then as usual I always get the phone call, huh? So okay, so where I was, so I paused the video to attend the phone. Okay, so here, right, so here it made a high, right? So in Discord I said I do not want NQ to go above 953 if these sellers are strong, okay? And look for a failed breakdown sign also at the lower level. So NQ here bounced from this 917 right area, right? And then it went above 953. See, this was a sign that buyers are coming in again, you know. And ES went above 41. See here by 1 point, but at least it went there, right? And it was holding 39. See, that is what I said, watch 39 here, you know. So we were watching it, right? And then price, and then we were debating, right? So I think we were debating, some of the users were saying it will, you know, bounce from here and go higher, you know. And then I said I wanted to see price making new low, you know. That is what I said here. So, and then ES and NQ both came down, right? See, I was looking for specific scenario, you know. So I know at this point here and here, you know, there will be sellers sitting, you know, because they are looking at this, right? They are looking at this up down move, then sell off from here, right? Sell off from here, and then pull back, sell off again. So I was looking at this, that at this point, you know, there are many day traders who will get trapped, or we will short it right here, you know, right here. Once it goes below it, they will short. And now below this low, they will do more shorting, you know. Same thing in ES. So I was looking for that idea that let them short, you know, since my bias was bullish today, right? And our note says stick with longs only, right? So I was looking for failed breakdown, any support, you know. I was looking for failed breakdown sign, right? So any low price makes it, either it goes down or fails, right? So here when it came down, NQ made a new low here, see that, right? ES did not made a new low, so index divergence, correct? So I was watching both of these things, you know. So that's the index divergence, correct? And then what happened? Look at the close. It didn't even close below this, right? It closed higher, right? And that was, price was what, 911 or something, right? 911 was the good level yesterday also. There was a lot of rotation, right? So I went long right there. 912 was my entry. 912, 15, or, you know, 50 or 75, right? So 912 was my entry. ES, I did not take the long here, because it was below 39 and there was no failed breakdown here. ES I said I will go long above 41 only, so but NQ I took it because it was the best price at that point in time based on this failed breakdown idea. It was an idea at that point. All I wanted to see is price going back above this area to confirm it. So when ES went here, and NQ went here about this little balance, right? That's where I knew, now it wants to go higher. Maybe here, maybe up to here, maybe this, right? But at least I have that much room to grab it. So I added a second contract. That's where here around 964. And ES I put a fresh new contract, initiated a new position at 41. Now and at that time, if you go back in the video, you will see it that I said I'm looking for 12,100 in NQ and 74, which was here in ES, basically top of this area. So and that's it pretty much. So 983, that's where here, somewhere here I took the profit, right? Because I had to go out. So I said I'm going to take a profit here with half contract. Half I will hold it till wherever, and then I think 12,050, here due to this balancing activities around this area I build out. Same thing with ES also. I built out at 62, because 62 is the level. I gave it in Discord and I said, what, in the morning right here, that draw a line at 62. So which was right around here, because of the morning sellers. I said draw a line at 62 and keep it, and then price never went to 62. Here you can see it. See, 62 reaction, 62 reaction, 62 reaction, right? So that's why I build out my NQ and ES both, not randomly, at the right level. I don't like to sit around now because I was in a good profit, right? And here also, from here to here, I was in a good size chunk profit, right? Now it doesn't make sense to hold it for additional 50 points if I am seeing this chop, because now you can see the day was choppy anyway, right? So when I had a profit from 912 to 12,050, why bother for that extra 50 points? And here also, if I want to grab it, I will grab it later on. Like here, I can add the position again and grab it. So, and that be all for today. So it's just a bias that put me in the right side today, despite this down moves. I ignored. See, I had a choice in Discord. I said we had a choice to take a short here at this breakdown, here at this pullback, right? But I said if I take a short, then my mind will trick me, to hold it more for shorts, and in that process I will forget that I'm only looking for longs and I will miss this move, because once my mind is set for short, it's hard for me to take a longs here, anywhere, because now I will think this area as a resistance. See that? So then it will prevent me to go long, and long was my bias anyway. So that's why I avoided all the shorts and I just look for longs. And that be all for today. I'll see you tomorrow.